Connecting with the breath, first of all, allowing it to land in the base of your body, filling up spaciousness with the inhale, we're expanding into the space, expanding and then softening on the exhale. When I say expanding, it really just maybe an awareness of just taking up a little bit more space. And we're feeling our way down into the earth, taking up more space, rooted here. You may wish to then, with your next breath, start to feel a root coming from your tailbone and extending down into the earth. Allowing that sensation to then deepen down. And in the next breath in, so now for the sensation that you're drawing up from the earth. As you're breathing in that prana, that nourishment, that energy up from Mother Earth. Because we always are, in a sense. And as you're softening into your body, you have awareness of how that prana, that life force, that energy is circulating through all of your cells. The awareness now is just feeling your body, gently scanning your awareness from your tailbone up through your pelvis and all the way through your body in your own pace. Noticing if you can expand a little bit more on the inhale and soften a little bit more on the exhale into the space. We're going to invite a diaphragm breath where we get to expand a little bit more outwards. So with awareness, breathing into the side and the back of the rib cage, expanding outwards in all directions, and then softening into the present moment. So the breath in, we expand outwards through the back and the side of the rib cage. As we breathe out, we're just landing in presence. So really focusing on your diaphragm here, your breath, for a few more breaths. Yoga practice, extending this diaphragm breath. I'm going to breathe in twice and then a really deep exhale out. And as we breathe out, we use our abdomen muscles to shoot the air out from our lungs. So 2 through the nose, expand, and then again through the back and the side of the body, and then big breath out, squeezing the tummy muscles in all the way up and into the lungs. Extend everything out, and then in twice. Big breath through the nose, expand, and then squeezing up and in, all of the breath out, and then big expanding through the nose, and again in the back and side of the ribs, and then letting everything out, and then hold empty at the bottom. And as just want you to feel the body empty, but still taking up space, almost like the cells here are just waiting then for that nourishment. And then bring that prana in, 2 breaths. And then belly up and in. Letting it all go, letting it all out. And 2 breaths in. Expand the back and the side of the diaphragm muscles. Letting everything out. 2 big breaths in. Expand at the back and sides. Pushing that all the way out and then out. Belly up and in, squeezing the air out. And 1 more. Hold at the top. Noticing the difference. Seeing if it's more comfortable for you, feeling expanded and full, floating like a balloon on the water. And let everything go. Just let your breath return to normal. And allow that normalness just to guide you into presence. I invite you to drop into an intention for your practice today, Sankalpa. You may wish to invite something you've been working on, something that you wish to call in, something that you wish to let go. Or you may just drop in, I call in my truest alignment for my body and mind. And I let go of any old holding patterns that are no longer serving me. Bringing the hands into prayer to start our practice. Namaste, so good to see you all here. We're going to work on a full body alignment. So that starts at the feet. So I invite everyone to come up to standing. And standing at the top, which is at the back of your mat, just so you have the mat in front of you. Now let's just start with this sway, where we're going to sway into all 4 corners of the feet. So you come all the way over to one side, forward, the other side, and backwards. And you can start off a little small and just see how it feels, just to get a little bigger and a little wider. I'd like to draw your attention to that area we started on, the tailbone, the very lowest point of your body. And we're going to keep this sway going. But with that attention on that root, that we connect it down to the earth. Metaphorical, I know, but also feeling that anchor point, where if you sway all the way over to one side, that root pulls you back to center. So make sure you go both ways, because we'll rotate the other way if you haven't done so already. Swaying. Finding connection to that anchor point, that root that's our pelvic floor. So then what I'd like you to do is then bring all the focus to that area and squeeze those muscles. And you see what happens when we squeeze through the pelvic floor as it pulls the pelvis with the hips pointing forward. You guys all feel that squeeze underneath? It's almost like what we do is you take hold of the tailbone and you pull that underneath by squeezing on that root muscle. We also pull the pelvis into a box underneath our body. Okay, so release. Now I have your attention there. We'll just come back to the feet. So this time I want you to grip the earth with the feet, like you're going to grab a big footful of the dirt beneath. Really grip, grip, grip. And then release. And what I'd like to draw your attention to there is the knees. When we grip through the feet, we bring the knees in alignment over the feet, and then we grip through the pelvic floor, we bring the pelvis over the legs, and then imagine a gold cord elevates from the top of your crown, and the shoulders come back and down. Just allowing yourself to continue gripping through the feet, pelvic floor, lifting through the crown, big breath in and out. And then just softening back into space, allow your body to let go, and then a little bit of sway and shape, maybe just do a proper sway all the way around. loosen everything up, and we're going to come back to our lying posture in a moment. Then you maybe want to bring the arms up and see how then that feels to loosen up through the upper body. One way and the other way, and even bring them up behind the head. All the way over. And then bring them down onto the hips. All the way and the other way. To center, let's do some big circles with the hips. All the way around and the other. And the body all loosey-goosey, the practice. And cool. We'll come back into our lying posture at the top of the mat then. So grip through the feet, grip through the pelvic floor, gold cord comes up the top of the head, shoulders come back and down, big breath in. And breath out, allow everything just to stack. So you let go of the holding, but you feel your feet under your pelvis, your heart above your pelvis, and your head above that. Big breath in, reach the arms all the way up. And then a little back bend, thumbs backwards just slightly. It feels right for you to start your practice softly warming it up. And then big breath into the sky, exhale, come and bring the chin down. And we slowly start to fold forward. Bring the arms down nice and heavy. Inhale, hands on the body, tailbone, chin lift. Exhale, belly comes up and in. We continue that forward fold nice and slowly. Softening through the knees, allowing yourself to peel forward, just one vertebrae at a time. And then inhale, hands on the body, tailbone, chin lift. Exhale, belly comes up and in, arms come forward, and we continue this peeling. I'm going very slowly because my body's pretty stiff today. I don't know about you guys. We take our time with this one. Inhale, tailbone, chin lift. Exhale, get in the hand of this now. Belly comes up and in, arms come forward, soft knees, and allowing the weight of your body to bring you down towards the earth. And then allowing the inhale to elevate your tailbone and chin, hands on the body, lift up. Exhale, then one more time, belly up and in, reaching down towards your toes. Keeping the knees bent if you need to. And then we do that little sway this time as a ragdoll. All the way over one way and the other way. Loosening everything up. And we're going to align ourselves back up with grip through the feet, grip through the pelvic floor, one vertebrae at a time. So you put your knees under your hips, then your hips on top of your knees, and then your heart above your pelvis, your head above your heart. Roll your shoulders back and down a couple of times. And getting nice and aligned now. We're going to do this forward fold 3 times. I want you guys to listen to your own body in terms of how far you want to go each time, but maybe do it in sort of 3 to 5 stages. I'm going to probably do it in 4. So we start off that setting the alignment right, grip through the feet, pelvic floor, gold cord out the crown, reach out nice and tall, big breath in. Exhale, small back bend. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, chin comes forward, arms come down, starting your forward fold descent. Once you run out of breath, it's time for the inhale, tailbone, chin lift. Exhale, belly comes up and in, arms come forward, starting to roll down. And then the inhale is tailbone, chin lift. Encourage you guys to keep going with this one. So as you exhale, your belly comes up and in, and you start to the weight of your arms come forward just to help guide you down towards the earth. And then the inhale is finding that tailbone and chin. And the exhale is the fold. Belly comes up and in, the knees are nice and soft. You're just going few millimeters deeper, and then the inhale, tailbone and the chin lift. The fascia network really loves this dynamic stretching. Once you've got to the bottom, I invite you to see if you can link your index finger underneath your big toe, just to pull you in a little bit deeper. And bend your knees. And then I want you to pull your elbows out and lift your chest, keeping the big toe connection there, just so we can pull the head up a little bit, just to lift up through the chest. And then exhale, using the toe grip, pull yourself deeper one more time. Inhale, grip through the feet. We're going to roll up now together. Grip through the feet, through the pelvic floor, all the way to the top. This time you can take hold of the shoulders and do these big rolls back and down. Squeezing the shoulders down and move the ear over to one side and the other. Nice one, guys. And let's maybe bring the hands, link it behind the head, push the head into the back of the hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, inhale, reach up. Slight back bend. You know the drill now. Inhale is to reach up. Exhale, we start our descent. So seeing if this time you can just come even deeper in the space between all your vertebrae. As you exhale, you start forward fold, bellies in, soft knees. Inhale, hands on body, tailbone, chin lift. And then the exhale, the belly comes up and in, we're rolling. And the arms coming forward, really dragging the weight out of the shoulders as the arms come down. Reaching down towards the earth with the fingertips. It'll maybe wiggle in the fingertips to help you get a little closer. And then inhale, hands on body, tailbone, chin lift. So we counter the stretch in both directions with a clear intention from both sides of the spine. Exhale, forward fold, further. Inhale, tailbone, chin lift. And then maybe one or two more breaths and we'll all meet down in the bottom. And now we're going to walk out into our first down facing dog. So bending your knees, let your hands walk out, come forward, spread the weight between the hands, and then lift your bum up to the sky as you send your chest towards your thighs. So if your chest isn't near your thighs, you can walk your feet a little bit closer in and keep your knees bent. And just then walking the dog, so that's pedaling one heel, then the next heel, we're stretching through the back. We're going to do a couple of down dogs today, so we're going to work on this as an alignment practice. So you're looking at your ankles, and you can see your knees above your ankles, and then you look up, you see your hips, and if you can, give it a yes. Give a big nod for your head to really stretch your neck. And then once you're ready with that, rip through the hands with a spring forward, heart between the hands into a plank position. Big inhale here. And then exhale, you can drop the knees down, elbows come towards your body to lower yourself down to the mat. Unfold into a sphinx position. So that's bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders and then lifting the chest up. And then I just want you to wiggle your bum so you can turn off your lower back. So let the feet come out flat. So everything from the chest down is turned off. So big breath in and out just to make sure you're turning everything off, like bleh, everything goes floppy. Inhale, push into the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, turn everything off. There, give it a wiggle if you need to. And then bringing the hands under the shoulders, we're going to push up and back into a child's pose. Bring it nice and easy to start off with. Drop the bum, meet the feet, bring the knees out wide, and then surrendering yourself down to the mat. So you can listen to your body here. You might want to just put your head on the mat. You may also want to bring the fingertips wider and drop your chest down towards the mat. See where your body feels good today. We're going to do a few of these. Long breath in and out. Seeing if you can sink your bottom a little bit further down towards your feet. Long breath in to really extend through the spine. And out to surrender. And we're going to spring up again with an inhale. Grip through the hands. Bring the heart between the hands back into a plank position. So our ideal plank position is going to have our heart and our bum in alignment like we were when we were standing up. The pelvis is underneath the heart and the head is above the heart. Okay, So what you can imagine here as well, there's a candle underneath your belly button and it squeezes that up and in. Okay, have enough fun with the plank. We'll push back into down dog. So then you bring your chest back up towards the thighs. You can walk your feet in a little bit and bend your knees. So you're really getting your chest quite close to the thighs. That's what we're aiming for. And walking the dog, and then we're going to spring it over to each side. So inhale, heels come up and over to the left. Big exhale there, and then inhale, heels spring up and over to the right. Big exhale there, really feeling those underarms and sides. Do one more on each side. And then up and over. Inhale, up and over. Really gripping through the whole palm, so make sure that all of your finger pads are gripping the earth, and we spring back into a plank position. So we have our full plank here, or you can go half plank if you wish, like me, so that's dropping the knees down. But we've still got the candle under the belly, and we've still got the bum and chest in alignment. Long breath in. As we breathe out, the option here is to do push-ups. So I recommend do 3 push-ups where you bring the elbows to the body. You can do them small, or you can do them big. So we do 3 push-ups, just elbow to body. 3, 2, 1, and then lower yourself down to the ground, unfold into a Sphinx position. And I want you to check that your lower back is turned off in this position. Give a little wiggle there. If you feel like progressing, you can push into the hands to lift yourself up a little bit deeper into the cobra, stretching through the front of the hips. Long breath in and out. And then we push it back into a child's pose position. So coming up, bum meets the feet, knees come wide, walk the fingertips forward. Long breath in and out, surrender down. Just for 2 breaths this time. But actually with those 2 breaths, let's walk the hands all the way off the left to the mat. Both hands to the left. Long breath in and out, stretching that side body, the underarm area, opening up space for the shoulders. And walk all the way over to the right side. Long breath in and out, just to deepen that stretch. Back to center for a breath in and out. And then with the inhale, we come back to plank position. So for those of you who are feeling hardcore, you can do another 3 little push-ups here, or you can just hold for 3, 2, 1. 2, 1, and we push back into down facing dog. So walking the feet in, walking the hands back. Just going to give a little break for the wrists. You can take hold of the elbows in this position and just do a little sway. And one way the other. Just give a little break. And we'll walk back when you feel ready, back into our down dog. For our final one here. So now see if you can lift your heels up and then push them all the way down to the mat. Feeling a deep stretch. Checking in alignment, that your ankles are under your knees are under your hips. If it is, do a big nod, really stretching through the head. And pushing those heels down, one more breath in and out, pushing down. And then inhale, springing into a plank position. So I encourage you, if you did the half plank last time, just to try the full plank. The push-ups can be so small, just elbow to body, like so. And if you did 3, maybe try and do 6. And when you're ready to come out of this, you lower yourself all the way down into Sphinx. And we push up over an inhale, exhale. And then if you feel like having a little bit more, you can push up into a cobra. Or even bring the hands under the shoulders and come onto the tips of the toes to push up into an up dog, which is on the top of the feet. And then exhale, push that back up into a down dog. Inhale back to a plank, knees down, push it into a child's pose. A lovely big stretch for the body. Arms come forward. Maybe bring the arms nice and wide off the mat this time and lower the chest a little deeper. You may even want to turn the head to the side, one side and then the other side, only if it feels like good for your body today. Inhale, coming forward into a plank again. Push-ups optional. These plank push-ups are such a good exercise for your body because what we're doing by bringing the elbows in, bringing the elbows underneath, we're creating strength at the back of the shoulders, which are going to pull the shoulders back and open the chest. And push back into a down facing dog. I know I said it was the last one. It's the last one of that sequence. It's a bit different now. We do three-legged dog. So putting the weight in the right leg, lift the left leg up to the sky. And then cross it over across the glutes. That's it, guys. Opening through the hips. Long breath in and out. Inhale, point it up to the sky. And then exhale, bring the knee towards the elbow, the outer elbow. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, cross to the inner elbow. Exhale to the sky. Inhale to the sky, and then exhale to the chin and stepping it through. So we're going to bring the foot forward. We're going to come up into a lunge. I want you to squeeze the thighs together as you rise on up. Reaching up, arms feel super light after all that down dog work. Allow both knees to bend to push the hip forward, coming in nice and low. Reach up tall. Big breath in. And then exhale and fold. When you sway over to the bent leg side, so we're opening through that hip. So you're swaying all the way over. Inhale up to the sky. And then exhale, dropping even lower. Low as you can. And then coming up nice and slowly, we unfold into a warrior one. So that's just unfolding the back foot to about a 45-degree angle, reaching up tall. And then exhale into warrior two. So then that's bringing both of the arms into this parallel position, bending the weight down into this front knee. Spin around so you guys can see. Big inhale, sinking a bit lower, the exhale. Flip the front palm, we reverse the warrior all the way up and over. And then exhale, allowing that knee to come toward the elbow to knee. We do this big side stretch. Inhale up and over, reversing the warrior. So the goal is to try and keep the hips fairly level as we come over one way. And then the other. So keep bending into this front leg. That's it. That's it. So the back foot should be toes pointing slightly forward, 45 degrees. Keep reversing that, guys. We inhale this way. And exhale, over to the side. So what we're aiming to do here, as I say, is just keep the hips pointing forward and squeezing underneath, so opening that space through the hips. One more reverse, and then we're going to bring it all the way down to the mat. So coming forward, facing the front of your mat, bringing the hands down, unswiveling the back leg, raising the back top of the foot down, so then we can rock ourselves backwards. Really stretch through the front of the leg. What we're aiming to do here is keep both of the hands in the inside of the foot so that the knee doesn't track over, and we're also aiming to keep the foot on the mat. So we really stretch the leg. The exhale and then the inhale is coming forward, so opening the chest, really stretching the hip. And exhale, sending it back. Inhale, opening it forward. Yeah, and just encouraging them to lift this back knee off the ground, and we'll just do a couple of little rocks around here. So really opening through the hips, strengthening that up, dropping it back down. We're going to do another open for the hips, one that we don't do all that often. So we're going to come onto the side foot, here the front foot, so it's like a lizard pose, that's it. So we've got a lizard pose with the front foot, and then we can spin to face the back foot, and see if you can then rotate. So do that again, slow motion. We rotate all the way forward, and you rotate backwards. So what it does in reality, you're thinking of the back foot, you're going to flip it over and your body follows. So you go from foot down to foot up. Foot down. It's one that we don't do very often, so it's great to do this movement for the hip, because if we use it or lose it with hip rotations. So we come back to the lizard. Did everyone feel okay with that one? Everyone got it in the end? Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is one of the, if you want to avoid hip replacement, that's the movement that we need to do with our hips, guys. Alright, got it? Cool. Alright, so let's go back, over, and so you guys are going to be facing away from me, so I'll come down there. So that's it, let the leg come out long, right leg come out long, and then this left leg goes into the middle. Big inhale, sorry guys. Big inhale, face, frame the knee with your fingertips, big inhale in, and then exhale, you're going to be sending your chest down towards that knee and surrender. Inhale, come long body, so tailbone to nose, elevate. Inhale and exhale, surrendering down. You can hold your leg wherever it seems fit. If the knee's high above the ground, you might want to hold it underneath for support. And with the inhale, just advise you to expand. In whatever way feels right for you, expand. And then exhale is soften. A couple more breaths like this, expand and soften. So it's just slightly dynamic, creating this beautiful space for the body. Inhale when you're ready to come up. And now we're going to align the heart with the bent knee. So rotating slightly, so you're facing the bent knee. We open the arms nice and wide. So we go inside of the leg. Beautiful. Open the wings, big inhale. And then exhale, the arm comes up and over the top, down towards the foot. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, soften over. Again, just finding your own breath to lift your rib cage up, reach up to the sky. Then exhale, breathe extending from the side body, on the hips to the fingers. Inhale, open up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, coming up. Now, rotate. So we're looking all the way around. Allow the back of that hand to find its bent leg. Turning. Now you guys are going to turn away from me. But all you do is look all the way over your shoulder, and then inhale, this back arm's going to come up and over, cross arm, reaching up towards the toes. That's it. That's it, guys. Perfect. And then inhale, the hand comes back, and we guide us to twist all the way down again. And exhale, comes up and over. You guys got it. Do a couple more like so. Really seeing how you can create that extra space in all of those little back muscles, all around the spine, all around the hips. Sending this message of love to your body at the same time. And placing both of the hands behind the hips, straightening the legs out, lift the hips up off the earth. And pop your bottom down, spin it around, and lean back, facing forward. Hi. So just taking a moment just to find your center before we do the other side. So taking a long breath in and out. Just connecting down to that root. And just following your center now up through the pelvis, heart, head to the crown of your head. As you're breathing out, you're feeling yourself receiving from the universe, the actual universe, the cosmos. So breathing in, up from the earth, breathing out, just receiving some supportive energy, feeling that coming through your center body, with cells nourished, alive and awake. And like we did at the beginning as we rotated through the feet, just inviting in, we're going to rotate through the lower body, the sitting body, and just like stirring the pot, this is called. Stirring a pot, maybe with your heart space. All the way one way and the other. Feeling that anchor, that center point, full body alignment. And then we're going to start the process for the other side. So that involves coming up to your down facing dog, bringing the hands over, unswiveling, coming into all fours, and then pushing yourself up into a down dog. Pedaling the heels one more time. This is the last time, sorry. Dropping the weight into the left leg. We send the right leg up to the sky. Deep breath in and out as we cross it over the glutes, opening through the hips. Enjoy that. One more breath. Inhale, point back to the sky, and then exhale, bring the knee to the outer elbow. And then inhale to sky. And then across to the inner elbow. To the sky. And then underneath to the chin, and stepping it through. Squeezing the thighs together, up we rise. Inhale, and then exhale, bringing the knees down and bending both the knees, and we push the hips forward. Finding a balance point in the distance, squeezing the thighs together for balance. Inhale in, and then exhale, we sway over to the bent leg side. Inhale in, exhale lower. Inhale and fold to warrior one. So we just allow that back foot to become at a 45-degree angle. That's it, reach up tall. And then exhale, fold into a warrior two. So then we bring the arms parallel. So see what we're doing here with a nice opening happening through the hips. Right, guys. And then what we want to try and do is bend this knee so it's in alignment with the ankle below. Big breath into this posture. You are a warrior. Breathe out, sink a little lower. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, bring the elbow to the knee, deep side stretch. The more dynamic you can be with the arms, the stronger you will become up there as we flip the warrior over. And exhale, we come into this deep side body stretch. And reverse again. Keeping that grip with the feet, the pelvic floor, like we did at the beginning. And exhale, and I will fold down to the mat. And then rocking backwards to stretch the leg, keeping the foot engaged, keeping the elbow up against the knee on the inside as well, so we stop the knee from tracking. Inhale, coming forward, stretching through the hip, opening the chest. Exhale, sending it backwards, so making sure that knee isn't tracking by having the arms on the inside. Keeping the foot connected to the earth. Inhales open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And we're going to do that lovely hip rotation where we go lizard by rolling the ankle out first on the right leg, and then we roll the left leg and we allow our hands to come so we can roll over. You try and let the back leg roll first. Do that again. So you just go straight, the legs straight, and you just roll that ankle. And then roll it back. Let's tricky, this one here. You can see it's back to computing. So what might actually be better, actually get you guys to come into that position that we were doing, you know, on the opposite side with the leg out. And then maybe we can just roll the hip from here. Is you're going to tuck the foot underneath and then you're going to roll it over the top. So what you want to try and do there is put the top of the foot down onto the mat. And so you can lift your bum up, that's it, lovely, that's it, and then roll it back and over. So we're getting that nice rotation through that hip joint. Feel a little bit better that way? And that rotation a few times. And then landing with the legs straight. I'm going to do this surrender one. So framing the knee with the hands. As we inhale, expand, tailbone to crown. And then exhale, that surrender, heart towards the knee. But you're really moving from the hips. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Inviting all the little muscles at the back of the knees, lower back, just to soften, like we did at the beginning with the forward fold, folding into this. The inhale is a slight expansion, and the exhale is deepening in, connecting with your leg in whatever way feels nourishing. You're reaching underneath the calves and giving them some warm hand love. Millimeter by millimeter, softening into this stretch. One more breath in and out to extend the body and then soften. Inhale, then we're going to align the heart with the bent leg. Open the wings wide so you're tracking through the inside of the leg. Big breath in and then up and over with the exhale. Inhale, opening the wings really wide, really widening the rib cage, the extending, reaching to the roof. And then exhale, up and over. This one is really stretching the quadratus lumborum. Inhale, open, which is generally the muscle responsible for lower back pain, reaching up and over. If you get lower back pain, I would recommend doing this one daily. Inhale, reach up, and because it's this muscle here, so we reach up and over, we're really stretching deeply through here. And this other one is also really great for lower back pain as you twist, bring the back of the hand to the knee, as we look all the way up our shoulder, that's it. And then that's big exhale, and then inhale, arm comes up and over, reaching towards the toes. So you're going to twist, so you place the right hand on the bent knee. Twist to look at the back of the room. Twist, no, you're looking fine, Helen. Twist to look at AJ's over there. That's it. And now put this right hand on this knee. That's the one. And then the exhale is to then bring that up and across and get that one twist. Beautiful. We feel that nice twist in the lower traps. So Conda, you need to twist towards me. That's it. And your body was fine. So you just twist towards the bent knee. Place the back of that hand. That's it, love. And then the back hand comes up and over, so it crosses. Keep that on it. That's it, darling. And once you got it, you feel that in the lower traps. Inhale, up and over. And exhale, twist. And now let's come out of that posture. Once you feel complete, bring the legs forward. And we're just going to bring the knees up, and we're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So we're bringing the hips up to the sky. Pushing the hips all the way up to the sky. And now let's work the upper body just a little bit. Tricep dip. So you're bringing the bum down and up. Really bending the elbows slightly on the way down. And pushing up, down, and up. Now let's play with it a little bit. Let's drop the bum down towards the feet. And then up to the sky. And then drop the bum down towards the hands. and up to the sky. Really pushing through the abs, feeling the core working with this one. We go to the feet, to the sky, really gripping through the feet, keeping your connection to the mat. Checking down, we want to check that the knees, the ankles are in alignment. Check your alignment and just do a couple more. Really great full body exercise. Really building some of the biggest muscles in the body. Up and down one more time. Squeeze at the top, sending it down, bringing the legs out, reaching up and over for a little surrender. And we're just going to have a nice little pigeon stretch on each side. So like we did with the leg at the back, you're going to bend your left knee and then send your right leg back straight, using your hands to come up onto the top of this leg is on the mat. So first thing to do is come up really nice and long with the toes to nose. Point the big toe, lift the nose. Fingertips come up as tall as you can. And then exhale, we're going to sink low. So we go toes to nose. So first of all, the leg comes heavy and back, the pelvis comes down, the fingertips come forward, and lastly, the nose comes down to the mat. Beautiful, guys. So taking a long breath in and out. Just allowing yourself to surrender. Yeah, that's it. So like a nice surrender in there, where you should be feeling your pelvis is seeking the earth. And there's no right or wrong position for your legs. What you should be feeling is a lovely opening that's happening in here. You feel that? This is your moment just to let go of some shit, guys. Just let go. A couple more breaths here. And when you feel ready to come up, you're going to walk the fingertips back, push through the hands and lift the chest up. So we go toes to nose again, nice and long. And if it feels right for you, you can bring up this back leg and you can reach with the opposite hand towards it. So what we're going to do, we can stretch it first and then we're going to put it down behind our tailbone. So have a lovely stretch. If it feels good, give it a moment. So the back knee comes up, reach with the opposite hand. Look at you all looking like yogis now. Love it. Drop this then behind your body. So then what we're aiming for is to have both the back and the front foot lining up with our middle pelvis. We're going to do this sway from side to side, so reach all the way over to one side. And I want you to imagine like you're holding a giant beach ball. This comes all the way up, and then you're going to throw the beach ball down and let both of your hands come back together. And you're going to pick the beach ball up again. Tap it on that side, up, and drop it down. Up and over. And throw it away. Come back to center. So you're going to get you to bring your feet together and we're in the butterfly position here now. It's the moment to find the center and to let the knees flap like a butterfly. Maybe a little foot massage, treat yourself nicely. Closing down the eyes and just remembering our connection from earth to sky. Butterfly flaps. And it's a struggle of the butterfly making its way out of the chrysalis, which gives it the strength to fly. Finding some edges there, finding some strength. Hips are opening, my love, so we're going to do the other side for that. So this time it's going to be the left leg forward and the right leg comes back. Do pigeon. So you see people work towards having it at this like sharp right angle. It's definitely not necessary. You can bring it in wherever it feels. What we're aiming to do is to be in alignment with the hips, so we can drop the pubis coming down towards the fingertips, toes to nose. Nice and long. And exhale, we go toes to nose, getting heavy, pelvis drops, fingertips come forward, and the head and the nose make it down to sit. So make sure you do the other side, here on the other side. You want to deepen into this. If you're really feeling your pigeon action, you can walk the fingertips forward even more. Any more length. Opportunity just to soften and let go a little bit more. However you feel ready today. And come up when you're ready. The inhale, and then it's fingertips, toes to nose. Just extend, and then a little wiggle in the hips before we let go of this pigeon. Bring in then the foot up. We become a mermaid, pigeon to mermaid. Only in yoga can you do that. Swap the hand over, bring it up to the foot. You can drop that behind you when you feel ready. And the feet in. Reach it to the side where we pick up our beach ball. Inhale, come up. And over. Inhale. Reach up. So the whole beach ball concept is just keeping the arms really nice and dynamic. And then letting it go. Really dynamic. This is kind of like the sun passing through the sky. And we return to our butterfly in the center. We're going to do the rest of the practice on our back, so just in this moment then just to connect in with your center body. A little butterfly fly. And then let the butterfly land, let your feet just relax in a normal seated position, where we're just gonna come back to our diaphragm breathing for momentary stillness. We breathe in twice through the nose, and then a deeper exhale. Twice through the nose, expanding, exhale, soften. Expand, 2 breaths. Exhale, let it out. Your breathing return to normal with no expectation of what's coming next. Just allow yourself to listen. Let the sounds visit you. Not attaching to anything. Softening in presence. Now with mindful awareness, invite you to guide yourself slowly down to your back. You can bring the feet forward and bring yourself down softly. We're going to come into a little bridge sequence. So you need to bring your feet up towards your bum, bent knees. So the first thing to do is, like we did at the beginning, where we turn on the pelvic floor. So squeeze, it's like all the P muscles on the inside. Squeeze them up and in. Just so then that brings your pelvis a few millimeters off the floor, just a few millimeters. And I just want you to just hang there just for a few breaths. This is called neutral pelvis. And I want you then to grip with the feet into the floor and see if that can then lift you just a few more millimeters just by pushing through the feet. If you get back pain, I want you to hang out in this position once a day, maybe in the morning before you get going, just to neutralize the pelvis. eyes, you can relax and let that go. And I just want you to see if you can just feel the connection of your tailbone to the ground again, where we're connecting to the earth. We find our root, the one we started with, and we're breathing that nourishment up into our body. And so too it finds the back of our heart space. Bringing the arms out wide, rolling the shoulders, just so you can really connect the back of the heart down into the ground. So the back of the tailbone and the back of the heart and the back of the head are all connected to the ground. So now as you squeeze through the pelvic floor, you lift yourself just a few millimeters off the ground. And then you push through the feet, you come a few centimeters, maybe with the pelvis off the ground. Really feeling how your heart is still connected to the earth. With your pelvis now floating, I want you to feel a root coming from your heart down into the earth. A green root this time, a living one. So your awareness isn't on the pelvis that's floating, your awareness is on the heart that's connected to the earth. And as you're breathing in, you're breathing nourishment up into your heart. And as you're breathing nourishment up into your heart, now I want you to squeeze your bum to push your pelvis up to the sky. So your heart is still connected to the earth, your pelvis rises to the sky, almost like it's floating. And breathing out, letting the pelvis way down slowly, 1 millimeter at a time, like we did with the forward fold, all the way back to the earth, until it touches the earth again. And then the inhale, we lift again. So with your own breath and your own time, squeezing the pelvis up to the sky, nourishment from the earth through your heart, creating prana for energy. Exhaling, sending the tailbone down, connected to the earth. Do a couple more like so. Feeling everything in the body working for this. Apart from the head, the jaw, the throat, just letting that all go, letting it all go. And then next time when you meet the earth with your tailbone, just bring the knees up, give yourself a little hug into that space, rolling the lower back out, one way and the other way. Now keeping your tailbone connected to the earth, you can bring the arms down one either side. We're just going to do a little work for the abs by lifting one leg up and then dropping it down to the earth. So it just taps here on the earth and then we bring it up. So bring the other leg up and tapping it down to the earth. So we're scissoring the legs down. One comes up, one comes down. But I want you to maintain that pelvic floor is on and your belly is in slightly. So you're aiming to not have an arch underneath your back. So maybe just put your fingertips to the arch of your back, guys. Just check if it's coming up into an arch. I want you just to maybe don't tap all the way to the ground. If you're feeling like you're connected to the earth and you want to go a little bit further, bring your legs to 45-degree angle, keeping the belly in. Maybe not 45, maybe you're more like a 60 kind of human. But keeping your back connected to the earth, and we continue with this scissor action. One leg and the other leg. You guys feeling that working? Put your legs in the air if you do. Yeah, that's it. So you see how you can work more here. You can bring the legs both lower together. Usually you want to take the pressure off, you bring them higher. Just enjoying this motion for a few more breaths. And then when you're ready to come out of this, we come into a happy baby. So that's bringing the feet up and over, reaching up, grabbing the soles of the feet. And just playing a little bit with the toes, pulling them towards you, bending the knees. Little roll around, finding a little bit of joy, just to be in the space for release now. Good work, guys. So now we're going to send the left leg out long and bring the right knee up towards you, gripping your both hands over the knee, drawing the knee up towards your body. Letting go of the left leg completely, bringing the right knee up towards the armpit. Now I'm going to invite you to bring the left knee up so you can place the right ankle across. So you cross your legs, the right ankle's on the left knee. Reach through, take hold of the left thigh and draw it up and in towards you. That's it. And you can find a little roll around here. So you're going to roll around the hips. So just this is your moment just to see if you can find some space here. You might want to, or you can even take this and roll it back side. And you might even want to take hold of this and roll it around if you feel like you need extra space for your hips. That's it, lovely. Finding that spaciousness. You may then want to send your left leg up to the side so it's nice and straight. And we're going to roll the ankles one way and the other way on both feet. And maybe drawing that towards you a little bit more. Stretching all the little fibers that want to be stretched out. So you can release the hands, keep the legs crossed, and then send both of these crossed legs all the way over to the left side. So then you can roll your body over so you're lying on your left side as well. With your arms down in front of you, one arm on top of the other like a sandwich. And now we're going to, as we inhale, the arm comes up and over, so you come more into like a T shape. So you're keeping your legs down, but your arm comes up and all the way over to the right. Meeting the ground, I want you to look down your right fingertips if you can. Inhale, the right arm comes up and over like a sandwich, press over to the other side. Great work, guys. You do a few more like this. Inhale comes up and over. Finding that nice spaciousness for the hips. What we're going to work towards doing is bringing this knee down lower. More of that stretch through there. Towards bringing this knee down lower. So you get a nice stretch through here. Saying hi to your neighbours. See if you can bring this knee down over there. So you get a nice stretch through there. Finding your favourite position there, you might be with the arm up and over and in your side, but maybe it's with the arms lovely and wide. Finding that T stretch, so we get that lovely twist coming through the spine. And then once you're in your favourite position, just taking 3 long breaths in and out, expand and soften. Bring them all the way up through the middle and over to the right side. Completely different stretch. The legs are crossed as they come down, and now you're stretching down the thigh, the front of the thigh of the left leg. You may bring the arms above the head if it feels good. feet together, let the knees come wide. So like the butterfly, but we can call it resting butterflies. And taking some long breaths in and out. Softening through the pelvis, remembering that nourishment coming up to your heart. Big breath in and then out, and then the next inhale we're going to send the right leg out long and bring the left knee up, gripping around the knee, drawing it up towards your underarm. Finding a little roll here, whatever feels nourishing, massaging through the hip. And then the next move is to bring the right knee up so the left ankle can cross over. We reach through, take hold of the right thigh. We're doing some little hip circles. Just really connecting in with your body, your moment here. You might even want to take hold of the foot and the knee just to really roll that hip out a bit. Whatever feels great. Right leg comes straight when you feel ready to move to the next. Ankle rotation on both sides. Long breaths in and out, and when you feel ready, you're going to move those cross legs all the way to the right. Right arm comes out, so we lie on the right side, sandwich press the arms. And then inhale to come into a T shape with the arms up and over. This is where you might get a nice little crack in your spine, mine just did. So what you're aiming to do is send the left knee as far, all the way down to the ground. So when you lie on your left side, on your right side, sorry, your left knee's on the ground. And then as you lift the arm up and over, the left knee stays on the ground as you reach towards dropping the arm down. Practice a few of those. And once you have your favourite, you may rest there. Couple of big breaths. Ready to, you're going to keep the legs crossed and bring them all the way up and over to the other side. Different stretch now, stretching through the leg, right side. Arms above. Final stretching moments. Coming back to center, bring the knees up. You can do little windscreen wipers with the knees, really simple, all the way on one side and the other side. And just taking any final moments of stretching that you would like to complete this movement part of your practice, maybe bringing the arms up over the head, perhaps taking hold of the elbows and pulling one side or the other side, just to stretch a bit of the triceps. Maybe it's a happy baby, maybe it's another bridge pose. Encourage you to try a few different things before dropping your heart, and then your tailbone, and then your legs, and then your arms, all the way down to the earth. And we drop into our final asana, which is horse pose. And within this pose, we get the option to reflect on how beautiful it is to be alive. gratitude that your body is breathing itself. And as you do, I invite you to notice a feeling of opening in your heart space as you feel grateful awareness. I invite you to notice the heart beating itself. I invite you to notice the heart receiving prana, nourishment, to circulate through the body all of itself. As you do, I invite you to notice being held by the earth with no effort from yourself. As you do, I invite you to notice that the earth is always holding you. The heart is always beating. The body is always breathing. Prana, life force. And I invite you to drop into receiving. Fill your cup. Longer exhales, letting go. Letting go can be as simple as shifting your awareness to receiving. We exhale, we let go. We inhale, we receive in abundance. With gratitude for the last few moments, letting go, filling up with fresh gratitude and abundance of prana. Life force. Body's breathing deeply with awareness. Feeling the body moving with the breath. Connecting to the earth. Connecting to the air around you. Connecting to the feelings of the fingers, the toes, the nose. Doing a gentle scan through the body, bringing awareness to the energy in the body. And then in your own time, inviting this little subtle movement, starting maybe with the fingers, the toes, or place your hands on your body, so a little bit of extra gratitude and warmth. And then maybe when you're ready, softly, softly to roll over to one side. Maybe you want to bring your knees up. Softly, softly, starting to invite some animation, some prana activation. And slowly, slowly, when you move from your side, join us in seating, bring the blankie with you, keeping the eyes faint. And just connecting back down to that root space. Just continuing to feed yourself with some nourishment there. Feeding that nourishment up and through to your heart space. Just find a seated position, back in the center, and finding that nourishment feeding from the earth back to your heart space. Where we will close our practice with some pranayama. And stick to the classic, I think, the nostril breathing, keeping it gentle. We're going to breathe up through the left nostril, hold at the top, and then breathe out through the right nostril. And we activate this by placing the thumb over the right nostril. You can place the finger on the forehead, so the middle finger is then ready to cover the other side. Breathing up through the left nostril, hold at the top, and then cover with the middle finger, open the right nostril, with the thumb comes up, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right, hold at the top. Place the thumb, lift the other finger to breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left, hold at the top. Make the switch and breathe out through the right. And continue to, in your own time, breathe through the right. Hold, switch, and breathe out. In through the left. Hold, switch, and breathe out. One more. Breathe up through the right. And hold. And switch. And breathe out through the left. Letting the palms rest, cupped in your lap. Keeping the eyes closed. Just noticing your center point. In the last few moments of mindful awareness. Breathing all the way through the center body. So from the crown of your head all the way down to the root, and then from the root all the way to the crown of the head. A couple more breaths like so. Your awareness and your prana scanning through the body. In this alignment. One more breath in and out for yourself. And we're going to breathe in together. We're going to chant Om 3 times. So Om, we use all of the shapes of the mouth. Aum, from back to front. Taking a big breath in. Chanting from a space in your body that feels good for you. Breathing in again, and we're going to try chanting from a slightly different place. Filling up the whole body, chanting from a deeper place. Feeling the vibrations of Om in your heart, mind, body and soul. Bring the palms and rub the palms together. Create some heat, some energy in there. And placing the hands over the eyes. Holding them there just for a second before allowing the hands to trace all the way through the forehead, back of the head. Feeling yourself down through the shoulders, neck, arms, down through the torso. Lingering where it feels good, down through the lower body. Until you place your palms cupped in your center, gazing down at your palms is how we finish our practice. Noticing in here is all you have everything you need right here. For all of your pure potentiality. With a smile, bringing the palms together. Namaste. Blessing yourself, for each other. All of the teachers, sages, gurus, and traditional custodians of this land, we send thanks and gratitude. And as a little bow, we finish our practice with so much gratitude. There was the key to living in alignment is continuing to return to that gratitude in the heart space. So I invite you to move forward with bowing your heart. I did drop an Aboriginal oracle card in front of you guys, if you chose to take it. It often shows a contrast to something that we may have been feeling and something that we're able to then call in more of. And just keeping that in mind as you move forward. If we want to call more into our life, we have to make space. And we have to realise what might be holding us back that we can then let go of to ultimately make some space. And being grateful for what we have is a great way of also letting go. Thank you all for that beautiful flow this evening. Hope you're all going to have a really lovely sleep tonight. And next week we restart a 7-week cycle again. By no means do you have to come every week to benefit from the cycle. We start off doing more of the deep grounding, foot, knee, leg alignment, and we move up to more flexibility through the pelvis, through the spine. Then we come into the heart space, then we release the neck and shoulders, and we come into a higher self guided practice before then this concluded alignment practice. So yeah, we go full circle, and it always is that earth to sky to earth to sky. So I hope to see some of you guys here next week. Do drop me a message if you're coming, because I thought no one was coming today. No people. So I will always show up if at least one person messages me and says they're coming. You're welcome.